Hello, you beautiful nerds of the world, Torok at your service, and welcome to another reaction of Death Battle. Today we're watching Yuji Itadori versus Denji, Jujutsu Kaisen versus Chainsaw Man. Now, as you notice, if you're used to my regular reactions, I'm in a different setting, and this is going to be a bit of a different reaction because I don't really have time to do any fancy editing or I can't really do anything at all right now because Death Battle basically comes out at like 7 p.m. for me, and nowadays, today I have to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. So this is gonna be a very raw, very different kind of a reaction where it's just me, unedited, with the void. So you can just hear. You'll have moments like these, for example, where I blabber and I don't really know what to say. But anyway, Yuji versus Denji. This is a pretty big one, and this is a matchup I'm pretty excited about because while I don't really know anything about Jujutsu Kaisen nor Chainsaw Man, and I haven't really checked them out, and I don't really plan on checking them out for a while. They're I've had the occasion to learn about both franchise from Death Battle. We've had a couple. We've had Gojo. We've had Makima. We've had Reze. We had Mahito. So I feel like now that this is the big cheese, now this is these are the main protagonists. I'm pretty curious to. I feel like for me at least, this is kind of like the culmination of this journey of discovery through Death Battle, and I don't know. I wish, of course, that this culmination of learning would have been I wish I could have given a more proper reaction, compared to what I usually do, but I'm working on a very tight schedule right now. So anyway, let me just let you. I want to talk about who I think would win, but oh boy! So I did the mistake of a grave mistake, painful mistake. I watched the G1 prediction, the prediction blog, and boy, that seems like a doozy. And something in me wants to root for Denji a lot. I feel like Yuji has a lot of abilities that can incapacitate Denji, and maybe take the win on this one. So we'll see what they have to talk about. 3, 2, 1. It's time. It's time. Oh, that's Yuji that says your prayer? Okay, say your prayers. Let's go! I'm making sure everything's recording.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons.
Yeah. Ooh, we're having a bit of a latency problem. Apologies for that. But anyway, this analysis contains. You know what? Just because I don't have the time doesn't mean I won't be pausing all the time. This analysis contains spoilers for the entire Jujutsu Kaisen manga and its sequel series, Modulo. I've heard about that one. Many of the manga panels used are from TCB's fan translations over Viz, due to being more accurate to the original text.
As his grandfather lay dying,
what do you mean more accurate to the original text? You mean the Japanese one?
A promise Yuji would keep by joining Jujutsu.
So name Yuji Itadori. 83 years. Okay, weirdly old. That's gotta be some modular stuff. Occupation: special great sorcerer, former vessel of Ryumen Sukuna. Likes Megumi, Nobara, Jennifer Lawrence, Yuko, Fiends, and such. Dislikes Mahito Sukuna Massmurder. As you tend to do. Can't really blame him for that.
Manifested by humanity's fears, hatreds, and anxieties.
Just one problem for Yuji. Unlike everybody else, he didn't have a magical curse technique. Oh no, he had something way worse.
After consuming a cursed finger, like a literal finger,
Why would you do that?
possessed by its original
Like, what compels you to... Like, how do you even come up with the idea of that?
Ryomen Sukuna, the most powerful sorcerer in history.
And Yuji's willpower was the only thing holding Sukuna back from
Sorry,
controlling his body, killing everything
This
in
pose
sight,
is funny.
taking over the world.
So Yuji got to know his surly new roommate, and perhaps one day he would show him a kinder, gentler path.
A classic shonen hero's journey if I've ever heard one.
Sure.
Yuji would track down and nosh on the rest of Sukuna's cursed fingers before they caused any more trouble.
Fulfilling his late grandfather's wish to use his strength in service of others, surrounded by friends.
Helps that he's getting a first-rate education from the strongest sorcerer alive today, Gojo.
Our
Gojo
boy.
would teach Yuji to harness and manipulate the absolutely absurd amount of cursed energy he inherited from Sukuna.
Okay, let's see. Cursed energy, I wanted to let him finish. Physical reinforcement, the Virgin Fist, okay, I've heard of that, like amplify. Is it where you punch and then the curse catches up and it does a second punch? Something like that. The Black Flash, very well known. Ooh, excuse me. Bit of a hiccup. Reverse curse technique. Binding vows, barrier techniques, new shadow style, simple domain. The domain expansion, very well known as well. Blood manipulation, I've heard of that. Conversions, piercing blood. Shrine, cleave dismantle.
Cursed energy
I've heard of
is basically
cleave.
like evil key, and Yuji can use it to see invisible curses and enhance his already.
Again, I've read the G1 prediction blog. I've seen like.
Making him a monster.
I'm mostly focused on the verdicts, but obviously I've looked at their
Japanese
abilities a
martial
little
art
bit.
derived from Okinawan karate. It focuses on agility and flexibility with the inclusion of spins, twists, tumbles, drops, rolls, and fleet footwork.
Which he combines with jujutsu techniques like Divergent Fist.
Yeah, that's it.
Strikes an enemy so fast that his cursed energy takes a second to catch up, hitting his opponent twice and messing up their rhythm.
By perfecting that timing and applying cursed energy within 1 microsecond of a hit, Yuji can achieve the Black Flash,
Hell yeah.
increasing the power of his hit by a factor of 2.5. A feat that would require reaction speeds nearly 1,000 times faster than
So
sound.
it's like
It's basically impossible to do
it's
will. You're
it's like a perfect parry, but it's an attack in a video game. Let me see. Gojo stated that he can perform the Black Flash at will if all that was needed was the timing. This shows that microsecond reactions are necessary for sorcerers to use the Black Flash.
in the zone when you pull it off, then it fully restores your cursed energy and boosts your output to 120%.
Yuji's Black
That
Flash is so strong
I haven't
in
heard
particular,
of.
The author himself stated that 5 in a row would have been enough to instantly kill the special grade curse Jogo.
Who did this? And this? And this?
How many has Yuji ever done in a row, you ask? 7.
And that's not even the
Damn.
nastiest thing about Yuji's punches.
Because another soul resides in his body, Yuji learned how to target the soul itself, doing damage to opponents who could normally regenerate.
That has to be a huge deal for Yuji.
Was a jujutsu
Being able to
perfect for
harm the
Gojo's
soul,
dream.
specifically.
You see, it's lonely at the top, and Gojo wanted to train a crop of pupils powerful enough to share the burden of reforming Jujutsu society.
Until one fateful battle when Gojo was sealed away and Sukuna took over Yuji's body. Then proceeded to, well, commit that
Yikes.
whole mass murder thing he was always going on about.
Yeah, turns out Sukuna is evil. Like,
No.
really, totally, completely, irredeemably.
It also turns out that every twist and turn in Yuji's life was orchestrated by the body-hopping sorcerer Kenjaku in order to resurrect Sukuna and bring about the curse apocalypse.
In Yuji's eyes, something he was completely responsible for. And so, having failed his grandfather, Yuji's outlook shifted.
No longer would he fight to protect others, but to kill curses.
And
Down
after
to the
Sukuna
last
hopped
one,
bodies
huh?
into Yuji's best pal Megumi.
Sorry, I'm
To kill curses.
And after Sukuna hopped bodies into Yuji's best pal Megumi, the king of curses became numero uno on Yuji's shit list.
Damn.
Yuji's defeated powerful disaster curses like Hanami and Mahito, survived being slammed so hard he cratered the earth, and is comparable to sorcerers like Maki, who tanked getting rammed through entire mountain ranges.
Damn!
He also learned how to use super advanced abilities like reverse curse technique to heal himself from crazy damage, like getting his torso shredded into chili. Ugh.
And in some other sorcerers' cases, even regrowing lost limbs.
Though it takes a lot of energy to regenerate blood, so after going on a cursed object feeding frenzy, he learned how to manipulate his own blood to speed up his healing, or fire it like a blood beam.
Let's go!
A poisonous blood beam.
All of that combined made Yuji just tough enough to finally take on the King of Curses. Although greatly weakened after his victory against Gojo,
Rip. Literally.
still the de facto strongest being alive. But after hitting him with a Black Flash, Yuji actually copied Sukuna's main ability.
Gojo's plan all along.
This was Grind. With it, Yuji can slice apart any surface he touches, an enemy's flesh, the ground beneath him, even the boundary between two souls in one body. Enough hits can even cause those two souls to separate.
Like a souped up version of his normal punches.
Even better, Yuji finally gained access to the most powerful weapon in any sorcerer's arsenal.
The domain expansion. I can't do it.
Basically a pocket dimension created by the sorcerer where their ability will hit no matter what. No contact needed. If you're trapped in Yuji's domain, you're
Slice and
getting
dice.
sliced to ribbons.
With all his power and training and righteous fury, Yuji severed Sukuna's soul from Megumi's body, freeing his friend from the demon's clutches. But not before offering Sukuna one last chance at redemption.
Which he rejected before dying because, well, evil. Leaving Yuji to grow into one of the most fearsome sorcerers in history.
Turns out the cursed objects that Yuji consumed made him part curse and slowed his aging to a crawl, giving him decades of training and battle experience.
Okay, so there it is.
Master blood manipulation can pull off black flashes at will and shredded entire cities apart with shrines.
Yuji is stronger than Gojo and Sukuna by the time of Modulo, and should scale to their feet. Like Gojo creating an earthquake felt over 100 miles, and Sukuna vaporizing part of Shibuya. How big is Shibuya?
Just like Gojo and Sukuna before him, he became the strongest.
But what actually makes
Damn.
someone truly strong? For Sukuna, it was the power to stand alone atop all others. But to Yuji, it was the opposite.
The only reason he had survived as long as he had was because of the mercy and sacrifice of his friends.
Power
So
of
Yuji
friendship.
brought together friends and allies, new and old, to create a world eventually free from curses entirely, fulfilling not just Gojo's wish, but his grandfather's as well.
Because if Yuji Itadori was one thing, he was strong.
Damn. Like the editing on that one at the end.
Wiz, if there are two truths in this world,
This analysis contains spoilers for the entire Chainsaw Man manga.
life sucks and then you die.
Especially
I love how I love how the disclaimer is like very shorter on Denji's side. Like there's a bit more less to work with in terms of disclaimer. Oh, by the way, shit! Because I don't have any editing, this video doesn't have any disclaimer. Yeah, no, sorry, I forgot to do that. Before you continue watching my reaction, make sure you've watched the official dev battle. The link should be in the description. Everything should be fine. But please, if you haven't watched the original dev battle, go watch it. Go watch the original video and then come back to me. You did that? Okay, we can resume.
Life sucks and then you die.
Yes.
Especially for the young boy, Denji.
Who was so poor and unlucky. he
Let me
doesn't
see.
even-
Denji, age 18, height, cannibal, canonically sold one of his balls. Yeah, I heard of that. Likes Nayuta, Asa themes and such. I didn't know that was a meme for both of them, okay? Dislikes cults, honey traps, vomit, okay.
know his last name.
With an alcoholic father forever indebted to the Yakuza, and a diet consisting of whatever garbage he could get his hands on, all Denji had in this world was his dog, Pochita.
Who happened to have a chainsaw sticking out of his face.
That's cool.
Really putting the tear in Terrier.
Pochita wasn't an actual dog, obviously. He was a devil. Monstrous superpowered beings literally from hell that are created by and represent humanity's worst fears. In Pochita's case, literally the personification of chainsaws.
Oh, he's so cute. Who would be afraid of chainsaws? They're the most versatile tool in the world. Perfect for jumping trees, opening
Yeah.
cans, massacring your foes.
Opening cans.
Apparently, Pochita had no problem with that last part, as he and Denji hunted down and killed his devil brethren.
It's a tough job, but when selling your testicles won't pay off your dad's debts, it'll do.
How big was this
Until Denji
debt?
was
Goddamn.
cornered and forced to learn.
Also, like, wait a minute. How much? 100,000 yen? Isn't that like nothing in Japan?
It'll do.
Like, dude, you got
Until Denji was
scammed.
cornered and forced to learn.
You got
those
scammed,
three
bro.
Universal constants.
I mean, that and being sliced to death.
You
That
die.
kind of
Sometimes,
sucks.
if you're really unlucky,
Life sucks.
there's a third option.
And then you die.
His and Pochita's contract, a literal deal with the devil, Pochita would become one with Denji's body in exchange for Denji to live a happy life.
And so the two fused into a half-human, half-devil hybrid.
The Chainsaw Man! Let's go.
AKA a one-man, blood-soaked
God,
devil
he
slaying
looks so sick. I gotta give it to him.
This piece of work.
Eh.
With nothing controlling him but his raging teenage hormones, Denji would battle all of devil kind in the hopes of one day getting laid.
Yes! Finally!
Not getting wet.
Finally! Have some good goals, folks.
He can slice through just about
Have some action.
and generate new chainsaws.
It's
from-
nice to have like realistic goals like this.
Swing him around on massively long chains. Oh man, that's so cool.
Damn.
It helps that Denji is incredibly powerful.
Damn, whoever wrote that Chainsaw Man, that's so cool line gets a raise. It's probably Liam, isn't it? But don't give him a raise. He's got enough. I think he's got enough. So let's see. Devil physiology, blood fueled regeneration. Chainsaws, extendable chains applicable to any part of his body, can turn objects into chainsaws. Pochita, existence erasure via consumption. And Denji and Pochita fully fused.
Capable of lifting and throwing cars, surviving being blasted through several buildings, and moving way faster than the eye can see.
And if he happens to get torn apart by some ornery devil, no biggie, because he can regenerate from just about anything.
Denji has survived being sliced to pieces, having his head torn off, being dipped in demonic stomach acid for hours, and even getting his heart ripped out.
Haven't we all? Chainsaw Man.
Devil's innate regeneration should also make them resistant to poison. The Violence Fiend is consistently exposed to poison gas and yet remains unharmed.
Didn't regenerate his heart.
Okay.
His heart regenerated a Chainsaw Man.
Even separating Denji and Pochita won't stop them. When Denji was stuck in this alternate dimension, he and Pochita still possessed a metaphysical connection.
With their stomachs.
While his healing factor can be overtaxed, all he needs to do is
Metaphysical,
drink blood and
huh?
he's back to full health.
And considering that chainsawing devils apart is basically an infinite blood exploit, he almost never runs out. Only limited by the violence-induced psychotic frenzy he enters in combat.
Well, he's not actually crazy. Denji might be, okay, definitely is an under-socialized moron led by his dick. He's surprisingly clever in combat.
Almost always
Yeah,
thinking outside
classic
the box,
shonen, to be
coming up with
honest.
So dumb they're brilliant strategies to take on devils that should be too strong for him.
In short, Denji was the perfect soldier, and was rewarded for his efforts with something that began to resemble a happy life. Aki, the stern older brother, Power, the bratty younger sister, and Makima, his boss, and the girl of his dreams.
All Denji had to do to finally score with that dead-eyed redhead was to kill the most fearsome devils in existence, like the Typhoon Devil, who created a massive hurricane, or the Bomb Devil, who could blow up most of a city,
Hi, Reze.
or the Gun Devil, who could travel around the world and kill over 1 million people in about 5 minutes.
But, plot twist, he had to kill Makima too, because she was secretly the Control Devil.
Yeah.
One of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Everything she told Denji was a lie. The happy life he created, the family he made, all of it was
Bang.
designed to be torn down.
All with one goal: to force Denji to break his contract with Pochita and become her servant. Order 66ing every devil she didn't like. But when Denji did break, Pochita took over.
Now Pochi might look cute.
Yeah. While Denji and Pochita have been separated for extended periods of time, this was because Denji did not want to rejoin. The two can reunite much more quickly if they want to. Sorry, excuse me. There's a bit of a
When Denji
sound delay for
did
some
break,
reason.
Pochita took over.
Now Now, Pochi might look cute and cuddly, but the Chainsaw Devil is one of the strongest and scariest dudes in the universe.
Let's
Capable
go.
of tearing through hordes of devil hybrids like nothing.
More than enough to give Denji his opening to beat Makima by cutting her up into sashimi and eating her whole. A very similar solution to the Chainsaw Devil's most powerful ability.
Anything Pochita eats gets deleted from existence. Yeah, like it never happened in the first place. World War II? Gone. AIDS? Nada. Nuclear frickin' bombs? A light tasty afternoon snack, thank you very much.
But also,
Give me chainsaws. I knew not your power.
He also ate the Death Devil. Yes, Denji ate death, which
I wanted to say, yeah, I've also heard of him accidentally eating like the ear devil so that no one had ears anymore, or like the leg devil, and then everyone was like crawling on their legs.
means no one on Earth could die.
Oh, you think that's
Okay, so he created Dark Souls. That's convenient to know.
Death, which means no one on Earth could die.
Oh, you think that's messed up? Let's talk about his next romance, Asa.
A sweet, shy, awkward girl, perhaps
Nuclear
Denji's
Bob.
one true love, except for the fact that she shares a body with
War.
Makima's sister, Yoru, the War Devil.
Who herself is in love with the greatest warmonger of them all, the United States of America.
Oh no.
Yoru was determined to use her love of the USA to drown the world in a ceaseless hurricane of blood.
Denji, buddy, you ever considered maybe switching to guys or something? Because every single woman you meet has tried to kill you.
It was in Denji's climactic battle with the War Devil that his and Pochita's bond finally matured, giving Denji full control of the Chainsaw Devil's power. A kind of Denji man, I guess.
Which he used to kick the War Devil's ass. And she was no joke. Strong enough to shoot Pochita from across the globe with a near light speed 2-ton bullet from the goddamn Statue of Liberty. Better yet,
Jesus
Yoru
Christ.
was so powerful she turned.
While most of Pochita's body was destroyed by the gun goddess's shot, he was incredibly low on blood and couldn't regenerate his arm. In the rematch with Yoru, Denji Man was tough enough to block several of Yoru's strongest bangs.
Oregon into a sword. Yes, the state of Oregon. Crumple the entire
Wait, what?
Statue of Liberty. Better yet, Yoru was so powerful she turned Oregon into a sword. Yes, the state of Oregon. Crumple the entire landmass into a blade, fly it over to Japan, and swing it at Denji. And he matched its power.
She also threw the American flag at him. The one on the moon.
I've heard of that. All weapons made by Yoru, like the aquarium sword, contain the mass of the object or locale she has ownership of. I can't read. Given her weapons gain power, the more attachment she has to an object. The Oregon sword's power should exceed the Statue of Liberty's bullets.
You know, the moon in space. In seconds. And he dodged it.
With the whole world literally falling apart, Pochita realized that becoming Chainsaw Man made Denji's dream for a normal life impossible.
Something Denji was always too stubborn and selfish to realize until it was too late.
So Pochita did what any good dog would do. Eat himself and erase the Chainsaw Devil from existence.
No.
Creating a new world without him and leaving Denji just Denji.
But maybe all this time, Denji was enough. Being Chainsaw Man could not save his loved ones, but being Denji could.
Because, sure, life sucks and then, yeah, you'll die. But while you're stuck in between, chasing your dreams with your buds can help make life worth living.
Damn. That is impressive. That is a good. Okay, prediction time. Prediction time. So I'm gonna make a weird blend of what I remember from the G1 prediction blog and and what I just saw about the death battle. It's a complicated one, man, because I haven't seen a whole lot of maths and stuff like that. I haven't seen a whole ton of maths in there, so there's no like big reference that I can go to. But just like in terms of abilities, the most worrisome for me is Yuji's poisonous blood and his ability to affect souls and even separate them. And that makes me wonder if he can't just separate Pochita altogether. Because Denji and Pochita, they have an ability. They have like a metaphysical connection. Like they have a connection on a metaphysical sense. But you know what's metaphysical? I mean, souls. So like they're also a metaphysical concept in a way. So that's kind of where I'm kind of curious. Denji seems to definitely have the speed advantage because he dodged the light speed objects like the spear, the moon spear, the spear from the moon, and like some like bullets like blasting him across the world and whatnot. So, because like, and here's where I kind of stand. If Denji can resist Yuji's poisonous blood, then because like they said in the black box that they should be resistant to they should be resistant or immune. Sorry, I need to go back. Did they say it was immune or resistant? I completely forgot about this. Did you know? That's before. That is before. What did they say specifically? Make them resistant to poison. Only resistant to poison. So I don't really know like how potent Yuji's poison is because they haven't given they haven't given a strong example of how poisonous Yuji's blood was, like what kind of curses it could affect or what kind of sorcerer it could affect and whatnot. So I'm a bit conflicted about that. So because if Denji then is resistant to, well, if he could resist Yuji's poisonous blood, then he can just like tank the blood attacks and just regenerate from that. He can just shred and land a hit with his light speed with his light speed and just chop him to bits and just like steal the blood. But if he doesn't, if the blood can weaken Denji out, I would have to give it to Yuji because absorbing the blood would have an effect on Denji having potentially like any stat or power advantage. If he has any strength advantage, because that's where I'm not exactly certain. I know the G1 blog says he has like a small strength advantage, but if Yuji's blood can poison Denji, then I think that power gap could cripple over time. And so this would be kind of a battle of attrition. And then, so if it's a war of attrition, then you might be thinking like, Denji could just like, has way better regeneration, because like he can regenerate from his heart, he can just regenerate from Pochita, he can regenerate from anything, as long as there's blood around. But like, they're saying something that Yuji could recreate limbs and blood out of their cursed energy. And while it does seem to drain a lot of cursed energy, they also say that the Black Flash regenerates cursed energy. So every time he lands a hit, he gets like full cursed energy, and so he can just regenerate Black Flash, regenerate Black Flash. You know what I mean? So it's kind of. It's possible that he can outlast Denji in a certain way. The only factor that makes me like that I'm not sure is really what they scale Yuji to, because they seem to scale them to things I haven't read very well in the G1 blog, so that seems like to earthquakes and shit, which sounds pretty crazy. So there's possibly the argument that Yuji has an advantage in power, and it's possible that he can. So if he is more powerful, it's possible that he can overtax Denji's blood regeneration eventually, especially if his blood is poisonous. If it is harmful to him, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards Denji. No, Yuji. Sorry, they both end in G. I'm sorry. They both end in G. I can't blame me. But like, this is a tough nut to crack. I would have loved to see a bit more maths on the power, like on the strength, on the tons of TNT. You know, those good stuff. Like even if it's a misleading one, you know, to get a good scale, because again, we're mentioning earthquakes, we're mentioning blasting through buildings. Oh yeah, no, actually, the earthquake stuff for Yuji is from was an earthquake that shook like Shibuya, all of Shibuya, while the war devil made like a sword made of Oregon. All of Oregon combined into one sword, like one compact sword. That can be a whole lot of power. So maybe Denji has the physical advantage. But that doesn't really solve my problem of like, can Yuji's poison affect? Can his ability affect Denji? So I don't really know. Sorry, maybe I'm dragging this on, but I need to make a prediction, but I really don't know. It's really all about Yuji's being able to cripple Denji with his poisonous blood, or Denji can just cheat and just keep munching on Yuji's blood attacks or stuff like that. The speed the speed difference can be avoided with Yuji having maybe more defensive tools, like he can make barriers and stuff like that. So there's kind of an argument there, especially the domain expansion. Like if he traps Denji in it, not to mention Yuji's definitely more skilled. He can definitely fall back on his actual like martial arts and on his actual martial art technique to kind of make up for the lack of speed and strength. He would be a bit more battle IQ'd if that's. I always hated that term, but you know what I mean. Yeah. I don't know, man. They didn't vocally mention how Denji can resist the poison. Well, can be immune to Yuji's poison specifically, or things like Yuji's poison. Excuse me. Cause like. So, I really don't know. I really don't know, because like a lot can go on Denji's side and a lot can go on Yuji's side. But I still want to give it to Yuji. I still have to give it. I'm rooting for I'm rooting for Denji, 100%. He seems like a more relatable character for me for some reason. I don't know. I just prefer this guy. Plus, like chainsaws are badass, but that's besides the point. But I feel like Yuji plus I feel like Yuji has a just a little bit to maybe outlast Denji and maybe potentially cripple him depending on the how the poison could affect Denji and how wait let me get this back uh, so potentially poisoning Denji, potentially outlasting his whole regeneration because Denji doesn't really rely. Denji relies on the blood around him, which is handy, which is very cool, especially in death battle. There's blood everywhere, but Yuji can just make up blood. Can just make up blood whenever he wants. So it's really so as long as he can. As long as he can fuel some curses or some black flash, as long as he can land a black flash, there's the chance that he can regenerate his curse and there make more blood, therefore regenerating again. Haven't seen then again, it's not limitless either because Gojo still died after being sliced in two, so. So there's the argument that with greater speed and strength. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of arguments for both. I'm leaning towards Yuji. I feel like Yuji has a plus. Yes, the ability to damage and directly sever souls. I think that's the biggest point because he can just, if he finds the right time, he can just sever Pochita. He can just sever Denji with Pochita. Like, there's hardly a doubt in my mind that he can't do that. So, yeah. I don't really have anything else to say. So there's no. I'm gonna have to go for Yuji, even though it kind of pains me to say. I hope I'm wrong. Like, I hope Denji can push it through somehow. I hope he's like overwhelmingly strong. Overwhelmingly strong and fast. But like, if healing factor, if Yuji's healing factor, sorry, I'm dragging this way too much. Let's see. Do they have any? Do they have any like ad? I've seen Shad.
All right, the battle's
Yeah,
about to
okay.
start. But first, pitch calls are back. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to have one because they're sold out.
Reopened Death Battle pitch calls on the Death Battle store. It's a way for you to meet with Ben and I, the creators of Death Battle.
Another time.
Just your favorite matchup you've always wanted to see over a video call.
That's right, a lot of the episodes we're working on right now are being made because of a pitch. But to give each pitch the time it needs, there is a limited number available.
So grab them quick before they're gone. Last time we sold out in just under an hour, which absolutely blew our minds.
Death Battle pitches are available right now on our website.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna have the time to do that.
It's kind of like our own private.
Next time, hopefully there's a next time where I can actually get one.
And if you're a website member, you get first dibs. First it'll be available to chroniclers, then archivists, and so on. Plus, members get a pretty sweet
Cool.
discount on the store, so it's a big deal.
That's a cool thing.
Let's get to the battle, but don't forget to grab your pitch at deathbattle.gg.
Okay, I haven't got the time to predict shit. I haven't got the time to predict shit. Hey, you know what? No. Hey, you know what? I'll do it to Yuji. I'll give it to Yuji. Able to potentially poison Denji if his poison is potent enough. Maybe I'm making shit up, but they haven't elaborated how poisonous it is, you know? And I'm kind of that's what's kind of sucks for me. So, poisonous blood, being able to damage souls, maybe greater martial arts skills to make up for the difference in power and speed. And the Black Flash could refuel curses, so as long as he doesn't get decapitated, or as long as he doesn't get decapitated or cut in half, he should be alright long enough to maybe find the time to punch something. To wear out Denji. But then again, he needs to land those Black Flashes. But then again, there's the domain expansion. I'm Yuji Itadori. I'm choosing you. I hope you lose, but I'm choosing you. So 3, 2, 1, click.
All right,
The combatants are set. We've run the data for all possibilities. It's time for a death battle! All right, the exciting part. The brainless part. Oh no, Liam is researched. They're searching Liam for being biased in this fight. Or maybe being a vampire, I don't know.
Oh man, oh no! You're fine, you're fine! This wasn't my fault!
I've never felt such weird cursed energy like his before.
Say your prayers!
Fight! Ooh, ha! Ooh!
You're a chainsaw curse?
Oh no! I'm the hero to all! Kicker of asses! Magnet to chicks! Half man, half devil!
Chainsaw Man! Ow!
Let's finish this! Chainsaw instant death technique!
Ooh!
Batter up, pink-haired punk-ass bitch!
Punk ass bitch. Unbreakable signs. Love the detail. Sorry, I need to watch this again. Ooh. Ooh. Shrine. That's cool. Ooh. Okay, he did. Ow, 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 ow.
I realized you had 2 cursed energy sources in one.
Oh, we can regenerate.
Separated them.
Okay, then G wins.
Speaking of,
Okay, that's Bushita. Okay, that's just Bushita right now.
domain expansion.
Uh-oh. I'm voting Denji. I'm voting Denji. Actually.
You messed up, baby! Ojita and I are brothers! You'll never...
Actually, never mind. Yuji. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Black Flash. Okay, 1.
Domain expansion.
Nice bluff.
Finally got you to stop moving! See? We can be smart too, huh?
Punk ass.
Bitch. Ooh. Okay. Oh, come on, Denji. I know I'm voting Yuji, but ooh, ooh, ooh. Ow. Ooh. Ah.
Human and a curse. Brothers. You don't see that every day.
All right, Pochita. I wonder if that burger place is still open.
Let's go. I lost, but I'll take the loss, but I'll take the loss, but let's go, Denji.
Yuji Itadori was one thing. He was strong. not strong enough today.
Let's break this down into 4 chapters: their speed, skill, abilities, and power.
Okay, let's
Who was faster?
Yuji's greatest speed feat is the Black Flash. In order to apply cursed energy within 1 microsecond of a strike, Yuji would have to move and react at over 900 times the speed of sound.
Yeah, but light speed. Sukuna contends with Kashimo's EM waves and Jacob's ladder, but his relative speed is unclear. He could have avoided the EM wave before they were fired. Higher end calculations of the moon spear puts Denji faster than both.
Remember that time Denji dodged that flag that Yoru summoned from the moon?
The moon!
That's over 200,000 miles away?
Considering Denji's position from start to impact, all while in the midst of a fast-paced battle, this must have happened in a matter of seconds.
We'll lowball it and say 10. Though it'd probably have to be faster to use against Denji in a fight.
This means the flag must have been moving over 12% the speed of light.
Over 100 times faster than the Black Flash.
Now, Yuji has gotten significantly stronger since his adolescence.
Yeah, Yuka's Maoraga is confirmed to be stronger than the one Gojo battled. Despite this, Dabura outsped and overpowered it with his light technique. So not even top tiers in Jujutsu Kaisen reliably scale, especially since it was a technique and not Dabura's natural speed.
But we know for a fact that in Jujutsu Kaisen, relativistic speeds are something humanity has explicitly not yet achieved.
So it's pretty clear.
Yeah,
that
there's
Denji
that
takes
too.
speed.
However, Yuji has made a career out of going up against enemies far out of his league by relying on his skill.
Exactly.
What a career it's been! He defeated the King of Curses all before he was even an adult, and he continued to train and master his jujutsu techniques for decades.
Yeah.
Denji, while certainly a clever, unorthodox fighter, would often get by due to his sheer stubbornness and durability more than anything else.
With Yuji's greater experience and martial arts combined, he was definitely the more skilled fighter.
What wasn't as clear-cut was who had the better abilities.
Yeah.
Exactly how well they can cut each other and how well they can heal from being cut. So I guess it's their cutability.
Could survive pretty insane wounds, though Denji's devil healing factor was superior.
Yeah, healing factor was definitely on Denji's.
Slashes against his stomach.
And while other similarly powerful sorcerers like Gojo could regenerate lost limbs, Denji could regenerate almost all of his body from a single cord pull. That being said, Yuji's soul-targeting attacks have done lasting damage against those with superior healing like Mahito.
Not just that, but literally splitting 2 souls apart. That's how he beat Sukuna, and he could potentially do the same thing to break apart Denji and Pochita.
However, it's not so simple. Sukuna was already severely weakened at the time, and it took Yuji several hits to separate him and Megumi.
And on top of that, even if Denji and Pochita were split up, we know they keep a metaphysical connection when apart. In fact, they were split up when they were fighting Makaba, and they had no problem rejoining. No reason they couldn't do it again here.
However, Denji's
That, and also I didn't factor the fact that, you know, even if you separate Denji versus Pochita, well, you have to deal with Pochita. if he is the chainsaw devil on his own, like, yeah, I should have factored that in.
unlimited. He'll need blood to heal eventually, and the range and speed of Yuji's slashes would force Denji to tank them to get up close.
Even if he could, Yuji's healing factor wouldn't last nearly as long against Denji's chainsaws. But then Yuji could back off, Denji chase him, and so on.
Like an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, neither had a clear edge in cut-ability.
So what it ultimately
Sorry, I didn't check. Yuji could theoretically block Denji's chainsaws by coating his hand in slashes. But Denji's greater speed means Yuji couldn't react in time. Pochita often begins fight by speed blitzing, such as his battle with Makima.
Object, neither had a clear edge in cut-ability.
So what it ultimately came down to was power. Who could do the most damage and wear the other guy down
In
first?
one hit.
Yuji slicing apart an entire city is one of the most impressive feats in all of Jujutsu Kaisen. By measuring the clouds of dust created in his attack's wake, we can estimate he launched over 5.5 million tons of debris into the air. That kind of force is equivalent to over 3 megatons of TNT, comparable to a hydrogen bomb.
But unfortunately for Yuji, while he could
That's impressive because I don't remember any feats in the G1 prediction blog that read through like anything like beyond the megaton. Like I think only Denji was like a couple was only like one or a couple megatons in the broadcast, of course.
But unfortunately for Yuji, while he could cut apart a city, Denji was Oregon level.
The state of Oregon is
Oregon
the
level.
largest in the Union.
That's gonna become a meme. You know, it's gonna be like we had the sun disk, we had the sun disk. Now it's Oregon level. No Oregon level. Yuji's dismantle could reach greater yields depending on the dust density used. However, even the highest option would be dozens of times weaker than Chainsaw Man's best feat. These feats also surpass Yorozu's construction technique and Kenjaku's durability.
By total area.
Yeah, there's the Oregon stuff.
100,000 square miles. By estimating its volume, Yoru compressed a mass weighing over 750 trillion tons. One swing from that sword would hit with an energy of over 30,000 megatons of TNT.
Which is like 10,000 hydrogen bombs. And not only did Denji survive a swing, he straight up overpowered it. That's insanely strong, but not inconsistent. Like the time Yoru fired that globe-spanning near-light-speed bullet from the Statue of Liberty.
Sure, Yuji's citywide dismantle was done casually, but so was Yoru crumpling Oregon. Yuji's dismantles would need to be 1,000,000% stronger to do significant damage to Denji.
Especially with Denji's open...
Did she really shape the sword to right
Stronger to do
Oregon?
significant damage to Denji.
What the fuck was that? USA Oregon?
Especially with Denji's OP healing factor too.
Despite never using them, Yuji should have access to Cleave and Divine Flame. However, they both have a narrow range of effects and rely on the user's cursed energy output. Pochita regenerated from being bisected by the Oregon Sword, and without the heat of atmospheric reentry, countering both abilities.
Significant damage to Denji.
And withstood,
Especially
sorry.
with Denji's OP healing factor too.
Denji takes the final edge in power. All Denji needed was one good hit to finish the fight. And with his far greater speed, it was only a matter
Let's
of time.
fucking
What can I
go.
say, Yuji? Denji's just got that dog in him.
Winner is Denji.
Congratulations, Chainsaw Man. I guess you could say you broke the curse. See, this is where editing would have been like fire, you know? I would have had a laugh track, I would have had a funny music, we could have cut the credits. Damn. Fuck me, I guess. Anyway, boy, that was a... God, this fight kept me on my toes. It was really cool to watch. Let me get a sec. Let me get a peek real quick. I love the banter. I love how they used Denji's more like dirtier tactics. Like even fooling Yuji into having like the fucking domain expansion. He almost had me. He almost fooled me. Like it was like, wait, yeah, there's a question of like copying people's ability. and it was so great. They didn't mention anything about God, the details to unbreakable signs. Go on, try it. We dare you. Established in Oregon, November 18th. We dare you. And now it's breakable sign. God, I love those details like this. But oh my God, this was wild. This was I don't know what to even say. It looked fantastic. I would say Denji looks like fantastic in his Chainsaw Man form, like the initial, like the base form. Pochita looks like great like this. When he becomes Denji Man, his model is a bit odd, but it's not Guru versus Megamind. I can't tell you why right now, but damn, it's still really cool to the domain expansion. The domain expansion be like the snowy area, kind of like that's how he killed Mahito, right? And God, that looked cool. That still looked really sick. The flashes and effects and whatnot, like the debate expansion. There you go. There you go. Just that. Just this. Look at this shit. That was scary. When he said that. God damn it. Again, great use of these characters' personalities and stuff. Like, and God, what a way to finish it. Even through the domain expansion and the thousands of cuts. God, it's so cool. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Oh, I know I have to say things to make up for the lack of the lack of music in the background, but like, God, it's so cool. And then the final clash like this, gets torn in half. For the results, I don't know. They didn't address. Well, I don't know. They didn't seem to have addressed. They didn't address the poison stuff. You know, they specifically said like not in the black box verbally that it's like poisonous blood, but then for Denji they don't mention that that he has a resistance to poison. For the conclusion, I would have liked an elaboration on that. That's where I'm kind of that's where it could have maybe influenced like the power aspect. But otherwise, yeah, that's kind of, well, the soul aspect was also a good argument. It's fair to say that even if you separate Denji from Pochita, it wouldn't, like, there's a chance that it doesn't really matter in the long run, especially with things like the greater speed. I guess it makes sense. Though I would have liked, I think, an elaboration for the Boys of Bart. I think that's really what's missing for the conclusion for me to fully convince me that Denji would win. I don't think they even address in the black boxes. By the way, maybe I missed it. Maybe I fucked it up. But like, just like even in a black box saying like, oh, the curses have regenerated from things like that, or like, don't mention the poison at all in Yuji's rundown. I don't know. That's kind of, if it wasn't going to be a factor, if you consider that it wasn't going to be a factor, either tell it or don't like keep us guessing. I don't like when you keep us guessing, Death Battle. But yeah, I guess plus like, yeah, I guess the strategy for Denji is to just like speed blitz and just like leave as much damage as possible. So yeah, I mean, makes sense. Again, this is like, I feel like this is a very close fight. I feel like it's a fight that could have gone either way depending on what you interpret, like their abilities, how you interpret Yuji's abilities and what it could do to Denji. And I think for the most part they did. For the most part they did a lot of. They made sense. That's enough for me. I think that's really what it all comes down to. So, the rundown was really cool. I especially enjoyed like Denji and how they really seem to put the emphasis on like how crazy Chainsaw Man's world is. Like talking about the different devils and shit. That was really cool. Plus, like just like the way they tell Denji's story throughout the analysis is pretty cool. It's pretty good, and with a pretty like surprising, pretty touching ending at the end. It's damn. Well, anyway, I think that's all I can think about right now. I'm sure I'm gonna need to watch this fight like dozens of times to get like all the. I'm sure there are plenty of references. I don't watch Jujutsu nor Chainsaw Man, so I couldn't get them. But again, a great fight. It kept me on my toe. Like if you notice, I kept like, no, I'm voting Denji. No, I'm using Yuji. Wait, Yuji's gonna win. No, he's gonna. Right, actually. So that's peak writing right there. That's wow, that was really really good fights. It's only really good fights that can do that. That's pretty much all I had to. That's pretty much all I had to say. So let's skip the next time, and I have very bad news about it.
Got that dog in him.
The winner is Denji.
Very bad news.
Chainsaw
I knew what it's going to be. Next time on Death Battle. Sentry versus Superboy Prime.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle.
So-
Thanks for watching.
I got spoiled about it. Nobody's fault. I just clicked on the wrong channel while on the Discord server, and I just they had the matchup. They had the thread about the matchup right on display. I was like, oh fuck, and so thankfully I can just recreate my reaction to this matchup, so you're not missing the contents. Okay. I swear to God, that's how after washing over the feeling, oh, I got spoiled and stuff, and then I sat down. What's my reaction? Couldn't be I couldn't be less affected by it. I mean, I guess it's a clever way to use these two characters, because Sentry and Superboy Prime were very hyped during a certain time, in terms of power scaling. They were two synonymous with crazy bullshit powers, bullshit powerful and stuff like that. So and plus I guess the theme is good enough, evil-ish Superman, because I know Sentry has a deal with the Void, something like that. So there's definitely something to be said about the comparison between the two characters. But other than that, I don't really know why they're making this fight. But makes sense enough for me. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be awesome. I just feel like this matchup would have made a blast if it released 5 years ago. That's really. I feel like this is one of those matchups, which I think is good. I think you should do matchups that were requested way back in the day. We need some matchups that have been requested for super long on the show. But other than that, don't really have much else to say. So that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. That I hope you appreciate, despite the lack of editing and the cool music and stuff like that. I hope you appreciate this kind of format. Let me know what you think of this kind of reactions. A bit more tame and a bit more just one take, one go. It's definitely going to be an hour long, I'm sure. How long has it been? Yeah. It's been an hour, it seems. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna hold you any longer. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this death battle. If you like this reaction, you can share it to your friends, your families, your foes. Even they might hate stand around here for an hour. And follow me on my Blue Sky and DeviantArt, where I post the HD version of the art that I make for the thumbnails of my video. And I'll see you in a month for hopefully a better reaction for Sentry vs. Superboy Prime. That was Torok at your service, and I'll see you later. I'm not used to using OBS, so I should be seeing you right now.